Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Gemini full moon reading. We're going to do all the signs, and this is for rising signs only. So if you don't know what your ascendant or your rising sign is, I will put a link down in the description box for you to go and create a free chart, and it'll tell you. So you will need your exact birth time, your exact birth location, so that it can calculate what your rising sign is. So please don't watch this for your sun sign unless your rising sign is the same as your sun sign, okay? Because it won't be accurate, only because we are going to be doing a little bit of astrology with this. Okay, cool. So yes, disclaimer, I am a bit congested. I've been having some sinus issues. I've had some crazy weather in Australia the last week, and yeah, the barometric pressure has just been playing up with my sinus problems. So I hope that's not too much of an issue for you guys. I will put timestamps below, or someone in the comments can put timestamps, and I will pin it. I will pin the comment. But yeah, let's get started. So we're going to start with Capricorn risings, okay? Just because we are coming to Capricorn season in the next few days. All right, so for Capricorns, this is going to be transiting your 6th house. Now, the 6th house is all about health, wellness, routines, illness, work, and pets. So things of those themes might be coming up for you. And full moons are all about culminations, right? So it's like closing out cycles or closing out situations that you have sort of been either, preparing for, working towards, or, maybe something comes up that allows you to sort of close out a cycle regarding one of these things. So, maybe you've had a sort of health problem, or you get inspired to really start a new wellness journey. Maybe you realize from this full moon, the energies, maybe you realize that you need to incorporate better routines into your situation. Maybe a work situation is no longer, viable for you anymore, and it's time to move on. Whatever it may be, it's going to look different for each of you, but let's see what the energies are. Spirit, can you please give me a few cards? This isn't going to be a huge in-depth reading, only because I've got to do all the signs in this one video. So I will, I'll give you a little bit of info and what you can expect. And obviously with the, with the houses and talking about the houses, it can sort of let you know where you may be experiencing this, whatever energy comes up. Capricorn risings. There we go. Okay, things of the past, Capricorn. Oh, this deck, this is the Ethereal Visions deck by Matt Hughes. It's beautiful, I love it. Okay, so definitely work situation. So I feel as though for some of you, this is definitely going to be something where you realize that the work you've been putting in, or the work that you've been doing, it's no longer bringing you a sense of joy. It's no longer bringing you a sense of fulfillment. And maybe in the same respect to that, maybe it's time to start something new. I feel like you're really, with this full moon, really getting the inspiration and the urge to take that leap of faith here, to do something that does bring you joy. You could also be revisiting something from the past that you never really sort of embarked on, okay? But you're sort of, this definitely for these Cap risings, this is definitely reevaluating the work and the energy and the effort you've been putting forward, and sort of seeing where you could have a fresh start, or where you can make a change that's going to bring about more joy, okay? But also more balance, because the 6 of Cups, yes, it's nostalgia, it's the past, it's childlike innocence and joy, but it also talks about equilibrium. So things of that nature. This is like really evaluating on a practical level for you Capricorns. You could also be like taking a leap of faith to start, because I'm really noticing this is like, if you look at the gold sort of foiling here, it looks like a lock hole. I don't even know if that's what you would call it, but it's like you're seeing a snapshot through the door, through the lock of the door. And I think maybe for some of you, you've been in this work situation for quite a long time, and you're ready to move forward. You're ready to do something different and something new, okay? Let me see what else. You may, as it pertains to work as well, you may also like start with the Three of Pentacles. You may also think like, okay, now is the perfect time to start collaborating with people. Maybe I could delegate and maybe I can bring some people on board if this is like a work project or something. If you work for yourself, whatever it is, it's like you're really understanding the value of collaboration here as well. Any more spirit for Capricorn risings? No. All right, Cap rising, that's it for you. Maybe just write a little note about this and then see how it plays out over the next month or so. So until the next new moon. All right, thanks Capricorn. Hello Aquarius rising. So just a reminder, this is for the rising signs only. If you don't know what your ascendant or rising sign is, please check the link in the description. There will be a site where you can generate your free chart. All right, so Aquarius risings, this new moon in Gemini is going to be transiting your 5th house. Now the 5th house is all about children, creativity, pleasure, romance, sex, things like that. So things of those themes are going to be sort of at the forefront for you, and you may notice them. Don't worry if you notice them in different ways too. Let me see, Spirit, what do we have for Aquarius risings for this Gemini full moon? Two more cards, Spirit. I don't usually read reversals, but I am going to take that Hermit there reversed because it came out that way. Okay. Okay, the Ace of Wands as well. Okay, this definitely makes sense. So we've got the Ace of Wands reversed, the Hermit reversed, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so Aquarius risings. This makes a lot of sense if it's talking about the sense of creativity, but also a sense of pleasure. Okay, so there, I don't know if you guys have been waiting for it, but there is a new opportunity as it pertains to creative endeavors or just inspiration, fun, things like that, that wants to come in, okay? And it's been trying to for a while, but there is some sort of inner wisdom or inner guidance that you are blocked off to, or you're just avoiding going within. You're not that connected with your inner self at this time. So take this, and full moons are all about culmination. They're all about endings and closure, okay? Endings of cycles. So this is really going to be bringing up for you the opportunity to go within and to look, at what's missing or what you have been missing about yourself. Now, because it's the full moon's energies are quite strong, it's probably going to, be quite easy for you to see or quite easy for you to notice. This is giving the opportunity to sort of then not only have these turned upright, right, and have this opportunity, but then to share with others, okay? So share with others your expertise, share with others what you've gained, what knowledge you've gained, or what you've figured out, because this is going to be not only helpful for you, but it's going to be helpful for others moving forward, okay? And whatever you end up, whatever journey you end up embarking on, this is really going to not only open you up more to yourself and get you coming out of your shell, but you're also going to be able to give to others and share your experience with others. So whatever, if this is like something that you if this is like something that you're creating, like a product or something, this is really going to be beneficial for the collective. And Aquarius is all about that, the innovative. Look, we've got the Magician underneath. So this is something that you are realizing that you have the tools to create, but you're not going to see this in its full potential until you do sort of go within. There is wisdom that you are not sort of open to, or something. It's like, it could not be that on a, dramatic scale, but it's like wisdom that you have missed. Information, inner guidance that has been trying to come through, and it's because you've not been connected to yourself. So whatever reason, whatever you've been connecting to, and you know, putting all your focus to, it's time to sort of reel it in just for this you know, 3-day time period for this full moon. Just really turn inwards, because there will be guidance and wisdom highlighted and shown to you and illuminated, which will then allow you to have this opportunity. And then as a result, it's like a win-win. You accumulate stuff for you, things for you. Okay, could be money, could be finances, could be resources, but also you are able to sort of give to others too, which is a really, really beautiful thing, and it's in balance and perfect harmony. So, and you're coming out of your shell as a result. So yeah, just spend this next 3 to 4 days sort of really going within, because it's like your blessings are being blocked because you're not. Okay. Hello, Pisces rising. Okay, so if you are a Pisces ascendant or a Pisces rising, this is your message for the Gemini December 2021 full moon, okay? So Pisces risings, this is going to be transiting your 4th house. And the 4th house is all about past. It's about home and family, lineage, and your private life, okay? So you may notice themes, situations coming together with any of those sorts of themes. And it may not always be as straightforward as you know, simple as that. Yeah, this is a full moon, so full moons are all about closing, culmination, endings, okay? Turning the last page is what I'm hearing. All right, so let's see what's coming up for Pisces risings for the Gemini full moon in December 2021, please, Spirit. We're just doing 3 cards. Beautiful. Oh, wonderful. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pisces risings. We've got 3 major arcana. That's crazy. So we've got the World, the Star, and the Lovers. So Pisces risings, this is going to be this is definitely culmination, definitely closing out a cycle, but it's also you're learning a lesson here. This is like you're closing. You've been learning lessons, and you know, all year, and we're about to see for you. It has something to do with the way that you connect with others is a result of how you connect with yourself. Okay, and I think that you're coming to a point where you realize this. So your overall with this, you know, everything that you've learned, and with this closing of this cycle here this month, this is you realizing that the way that you connect with others is you know, a result of the way that you connect with yourself. So with that in mind, and with that being at the forefront of your sort of experience here, you're realizing that if you have great connections, it's because you have a great connection with yourself. If you're having what you consider to be not so great connections, it's time for you to start looking inwards and start looking at the connection that you have with yourself and what needs improvement, okay? Because we always need to improve the connection with ourselves. So this is something to really sort of look at from a bird's eye view, and really sort of get real with yourself and give yourself the opportunity to improve your relationships, especially if you know, you're experiencing some not so great relationships. And it definitely could be your interpersonal relationships, like with home and family. That's definitely going to be at the forefront here. But the way that you connect, but you know, even though it's not transiting your 7th house or anything like that, this is what I mean, how it can come into it a different way. So the connections that you have, if it's not talking about your home and family connections, this is definitely talking about the way you connect with yourself as a result of how you were brought up, as a result of your family lineage and the cycles that, you know, have been brought down generation to generation, and what you've been taught about how to connect with yourself, if you've even been taught that at all, or how you've been taught to connect to others, is a result of, you know, your lineage and your home and family. Things of that nature, okay? So this is definitely something to look at. With the world here, it's not only a sense of culmination and a closing of a cycle and a chapter, but it's, most importantly, it's a sense of achievement. So this is definitely something that's going to be happening. But yeah, really look at your relationship with yourself and decide that, you know, regardless of what you've been taught or what you've been led to believe growing up, you are essentially, you know, in charge of how you react and how you move in the world and how you think and feel. So essentially it's up to you to repair, you know, relationships with others by repairing the relationship with yourself. Or if you have great relationships with others, there are still always things to be looked at. And, you know, when it comes to our relationships with ourselves, and really just spend the next 3 to 4 days considering, you know, where can I improve my relationship with myself? Where can I improve my relationship with others? Do I feel that my relationship with others needs improvement? And if so, that's inherently a result of how my relationship is with myself. So it goes back to, how can I improve my relationship with myself? Thanks, Pisces. Hello, Aries risings. Okay, so if you are an Aries ascendant, an Aries rising, this is for you, okay? It's going to be transiting this full moon, Gemini full moon is going to be transiting your 3rd house. And the 3rd house is all about siblings, school, community, communication, things like that. So you may or you may not see themes or things come up for you that are directly linked to these things. It may be in sort of like an out of the box way. So just keep an eye on what comes up. But yeah, just a heads up, it could be around those types of things. All right, Spirit, what messages do we have for Aries risings for the Gemini December 2021 full moon? We're doing 3 cards today. Where is that? Yeah. Okay. All right, Aries, we've got the 3 of Pentacles, the Death card, and Judgment card. So 2 major arcana. So yeah, this makes sense. We're getting a lot of major arcanas for the signs. And that's because full moons are about culmination. It's big energy. It's, you know, closing out cycles, closing chapters, finishing chapters once and for all. So for you, Aries risings, this is definitely a shift and a transformation in the way that you communicate with others, in a way that you move when it comes to your peers, when it comes to your community. Like if you're part of a community, or just, you know, if you're active in your, you know, living community, things like that. But this, you know, this is siblings too. It's like there are big shifts and changes and transformations happening in whatever this 3 of Pentacles is for you. It's collaboration, it's work, it's effort, it's teamwork, it's working together. So wherever this is coming up in your life, apply it to that, okay? But there are big changes and shifts happening. And I think as well, like there's a big shift and change that's happened, or you're currently going through shifts and changes in yourself. And it's because you have sort of like, the universe has been calling out to you. It's like a call to action for a little bit now. And you're finally hearing that call to action, and you're finally sort of realizing though on your own where things have needed to change and shift for quite a while now, and you've been willing to make those changes. So this is you actually putting in the work with those around you, where it is, you know, wherever necessary, to make those changes and to make those shifts. All right, Aries rising, have a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year if you celebrate, and I will see you in the January 2022 monthly readings. Hi, Taurus Rising. Thank you so much for being here today. So this is going to be the Gemini December 2021 full moon reading for Taurus Risings or Taurus Ascendant. Okay, Taurus Rising. So this is going to be transiting your 2nd house. And the 2nd house themes are all about money, possessions, income, assets, things of those nature. Things of that nature, I mean to say, sorry. So let's see what's coming up for you. Spirit, this is for Taurus Risings, so the collective of Taurus Risings. who are supposed to see my videos. What's happening for them, the December Gemini full moon. One more card. Wonderful. All right, Taurus Rising, this is very straightforward and simple. So essentially, you're being urged and told not to give up. And I don't think it's something that you would do, but I think maybe you've been coming to a point, you know, whatever this is, whether when it comes to money, when it comes to, you know, assets and income and possessions and building those things up, maybe they've been a real focus here for you the last couple of months. And because this is full moon energy, it's a culmination of things. So this is really not the time to give up. If you were considering giving up, this is really the time to keep going and keep investing. I'm actually seeing that there's not really a whole lot of like anything that you have to do. I think you've done a lot of the effort and done a lot of the hard work already. It's just working on your mind and getting your mind right, okay, your mindset. So spend the next 3 to 4 days just sort of being gentle with yourself, being easy on yourself, and understanding that there is only so much that you can control. And the things that you can control, you have been doing, you have been working towards. So now is not, now is actually a time for you to realize that things aren't showing up yet because you haven't done enough. Things are just not showing up yet because they're not ready to show up yet, but they will be soon. So really spend this next sort of like 3 to 4 days getting your mind right, releasing yourself from the imprisonment, the self-imprisonment, okay, that's come with this feeling of like we're feeling really worn down. Release yourself from the pressure, okay, because pressure that we feel has been put on by ourselves. Even when we're feeling pressure from other people, it's because we've taken that on. Okay, so really spend the next 3 to 4 days getting your mind right, because things, once you're focusing on this, things will actually start to bloom and come to fruition. All right. Hello, Gemini risings. Okay, so this is going to be transiting your first house. This is going to be transiting the areas of your life that are all about you, okay? Your identity, your appearance. So you may be noticing or making some changes, or maybe you're in the end stages of completing a cycle of transformation when it comes to you, okay? All right, Spirit, what do we have for Gemini risings for the Gemini full moon in December 2021? The collective of Gemini risings for the Gemini full moon in December 2021. All right, hang on, Gemini, just give me 1 sec. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. So this is definitely, Gemini risings, a time for you, this full moon, so the next 3 to 4 days, a time for you, more like where you're realizing that the conflict and the inner conflict that you were feeling within yourself was wasn't external. It was, it was very much an internal thing that was happening. And I think that you're really seeing this now. I feel like you had some time out. If not, this would be a really good time the next 3 to 4 days, to sort of allow yourself to step into the greatness of who you are. Because this is definitely a realization that you're having. The realization you're having is the conflict and the inner turmoil that you were experiencing was imposed by yourself because you were keeping yourself small. You weren't allowing yourself to shine bright. You weren't allowing yourself to stand in your power. And this could definitely have been a thing where this was a learnt coping mechanism from childhood. Maybe you were taught that was, how to do things. I can definitely sort of relate to that. But here you are definitely realizing sort of, where you can sort of show up for yourself and where you should be showing up for yourself. Okay, if you haven't realized that yet and you're still experiencing this 5 of Wands in a conflict and inner turmoil energy, okay, 4 of Swords. Spend some time to yourself this next 3 to 4 days, especially over the weekend. Like, just sort of retreat inwards, because that's where this realization and that's where this newfound appreciation for yourself, and that's where you will gather the strength and the understanding of how to allow yourself to show up for yourself, how you can show up for yourself, and how you can sort of adopt this new perception of you and who you are. Okay, and it may even be a thing where you're realizing, okay, well, I haven't been stepping up to the plate when it comes to yourself or when it comes to your relationships or your job, whatever. The main thing is it's about the self. So you may be realizing that, and it may be a thing where you're like, okay, well, I want to be more like this. I want to do this, or, I want to think or feel like this. So you just start. It's sort of like faking it till you make it, but it's like acting as if you are this way already. And that helps you step into that, because you already see the person you want to become. It's because you're supposed to become that person. So to become that person, you have to believe, or you have to just start being that person. And it starts by faking it, for a little bit, okay? But really spend the next 3 to 4 days just going within and just resting. Because that's where this sort of like realization and this metamorphosis from you will come, okay? Hello, Cancer Risings. This is going to be for Cancer Risings only, and it's going to be transiting your 12th house, okay? So the 12th house themes are all about the unconscious, the subconscious, things that are hidden, endings, closures, healing, spirituality, solitude, okay? Things of that nature. So you may notice some of those themes popping up for you in the next 3 to 4 days, okay? And this is stuff that's been sort of building for quite a while, okay? And maybe you sort of are noticing that. So full moons are all about culmination and closing, okay? So you may sort of like come to a point where some of those themes come up for you, and it allows you to sort of close that cycle or integrate those lessons, all right? So Spirit, what do we have for the collective of Cancer Risings for this Gemini December 2021 full moon, please? Oh, okay. This is a card that's unique to this deck. I'm going to have to get the book for this one because I've used this deck maybe 3 times. From what I'm sensing though from this already though, it's the well, right? And I'm noticing that this could be, especially taking in the 12th house themes, right? This could be where you're allowing knowledge from your subconscious, okay, to sort of arise. And maybe it's coming to the surface on its own, but it's coming up for a reason. So whatever comes up that seems sort of random, Ace of Swords. This is having some sort of new understanding, having some sort of new clarity or knowledge, seeing things really, really clearly and from a new perspective too. It's the last card, Spirit. Cups. Okay, so this could definitely be some unconscious stuff coming up from childhood or from the past, okay? But it's coming out to be freed. It wants to be freed, and it wants to free you. It's your subconscious, your unconscious mind wanting to free you from whatever's been going on. You're getting some sort of clarity. You're gaining some sort of understanding here. I'm also getting, this is really random, something that's been very deep within you for quite a while that maybe you haven't even really looked at since childhood, something that used to bring you a lot of joy, something that you used to be really interested in during childhood, is coming up out of this well. See all this? And you're sort of peering in and looking at it for the first time in a very, very long time. And it gives you a new sense of understanding, a new sense of perception. Okay, and if this is talking about something coming up for you to, like a new journey to embark on, okay, this could be something that is creative or something that used to be a hobby or something that just used to take your interest as a child that you may have forgotten about. Okay, so I'm just going to read this card quickly. Just as I said, I'm not familiar with that at all. Okay, the well. The well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from this creatrix, and knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. Yeah, okay. So it's the upright meaning is nurturing, opportunity, nature, creativity. So yeah, this is definitely something from your subconscious coming up, but it's coming up to sort of like bring you into a new stage of your life, okay? When this comes up and you're like, oh my God, I forgot about this, or oh my God, I cannot believe that this used to be a childhood dream of mine, for example, don't feel bad about forgetting about it, or don't feel bad for it being, you know, locked away in your subconscious mind. You know, this is the right time. The reason it's coming up now is because it's the right time for this to be embarked on, or the right time for you to remember something. Okay, it helps you move forward, whether it's remembering something from your childhood that sort of like is the last puzzle piece for you. Okay, it helps you understand things from a new perspective, or whether it's a new idea. Okay, idea, something that brought you a lot of joy as a child, or something just from childhood. Okay, whatever it is, it helps you move forward. And the 12th house is the last house in Zodiac, and then it goes back to the first house. So, and full moon, culmination. So it's endings and new beginnings. All right, Cancer risings, that's what I have for you. I hope you have a wonderful full moon, and spend the next 3 to 4 days sort of like thinking about the past or thinking about your childhood, not in hopes of finding the answer. The answer will be revealed when it is supposed to, but, you know, take a trip down memory lane. Hello, Leo risings. If you are a Leo ascendant, a Leo rising, this is for you. Okay, I'm a Leo rising too, so this will be for me as well. All right, so Leo risings, this full moon is going to be transiting our 11th house. Okay, and the 11th house is all about networking. Okay, it's technology. It's also about hopes and wishes and friends and friendship groups and things like that. So you may notice you know, over the next month or just even the next 3 to 4 days, things coming up for you of those themes. It may be direct and it may be indirect, but just be open to what comes up. Full moons are about culmination, are about endings, closure, closing cycles, closing chapters. So whatever's coming up it needs to be addressed once and for all. It's like right at the end, and it's ready to be integrated. Lessons are ready to be integrated, and new beginnings are ready to make way. All right, Spirit, what do we have for the collective of Leo risings for this Gemini December 2021 full moon? 3 cards, please. All right, there is. We've got the Ten of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Two of Swords. Wow, okay, so this is a lot of mental stuff going on. Give me a second. This seems really quite complex. Okay, so what I'm seeing is past, and Ten of Swords isn't really past, but Ten of Swords shows what's happened after the fact. And what happened before was this person got killed, got stabbed, okay, stabbed in the back. And if this is talking about friendships, okay, maybe you've lost friendships, maybe friendships have been a struggle for you this year. I definitely know over the last 10 to 12 months, this has definitely been a theme for me. I've been, you know, we've been really committed to higher learning. We've been really committed to understanding and just focusing on the self, especially if you're in a 12th house perfection year like me, okay? It was definitely a period in time of introspection and isolation. And just sort of like not paying attention to what's happening in the outside world, other than what's happening immediately around you. And I know for me, this has definitely been one of the hardest years for me mentally, even though I've still shown up externally. Does that make sense? So like you know, I've achieved more this year than I have in the last maybe 3 or 4 years. But I still feel like mentally, it's been a challenge, which is really weird because you think, you know, typically you think when, you know, you're struggling, you don't have that much of a productive year, even though I did, but my mind wasn't there. I feel like I was definitely elsewhere. And for me, I can see in the 11th house energies, I can see this is talking about hopes and wishes for me. Okay. But also about not realizing too how things, it's like we've done the work of releasing things that no longer serve us, but we've still not sort of really cleared the shortcomings or the failures. Okay. Things have been hard. Things have been really, really hard. So we're closing this out so that we can focus on being guided and connected to what it is that we want, who it is that we want to be in connection with. And we're no longer closing ourselves off to the world. This has definitely been a year of learning, a year of, yeah, like I'm seeing like a visual of like being locked away in a tower, just learning and reading books and gaining knowledge, but this being locked in the tower has been voluntary. It's like whatever happened here with the Ten of Swords, and this could have showed up in very different, like a lot of different ways. This could be groups, this could be, you know, friendships, and, you know, it could be as well family, whatever it is. You felt really isolated, but you felt the need to isolate. So now it's about the Two of Swords here is sort of like the voluntarily not wanting to look at things, not wanting to see things. So now is the perfect time to really spend the next 3 to 4 days really looking at, you know, these betrayals, these hurts, this, you know, we've done a lot of work looking inward. Now it's time to look outward and see what hasn't been dealt with. What hasn't been dealt with. I feel like a lot of us have been really dedicated and committed to learning, but also like studying in a way. Maybe we've just been really committed to you know, whatever we've been putting our work and energy and effort towards on an external level, we've been sort of really committed to learning about that and figuring out how to use that. But now it's time to sort of, in order to move forward, right? Because we can only do so much on a work level, on a creative level, on an external level. To move forward and to level up into the space that we've been waiting to happen, we have to address some things, okay? Some shortcomings, whether it's been with ourselves or with people that we are no longer involved with anymore, people that we feel misunderstood us, or people that we feel saw things the wrong way, or, you know. I feel like as well here with the Ten of Swords, I'm getting a sense of like we have copped a lot of the brunt of other people's, the way they've treated us. We've sort of just taken it because you've known that there are more important things for you to focus on and more important things for you to achieve and accomplish. So you've sort of just focused on, you know, letting them think what they want or letting them be how they want to be and not letting that affect how you move forward in the world. But I think for whatever reason, it's time to revisit that. It's time to, yeah, in order to move forward with the Chariot. It's like we've done everything right. We've done everything perfectly, but it's time to sort of like, yeah, think about what's next with the Two of Wands. It's time to move forward. And to do that, we have to address these things that we've been not wanting to see. And it's not like not wanting to see because you just don't want to. It's like it is what it is. Like we've accepted it and it is what it is, but like we've got shit to do. So we can't let it sort of consume us. But now, in order to move forward, that's like the last piece that we have to deal with, we have to address, or we have to acknowledge in a different way, okay? But we have the fortitude to do it now because we've spent so much time focusing on the self. All right, Leos? Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the January 2022 monthly reading. Hello, Virgo Risings. This is for Virgo Ascendants, Virgo Risings. Okay, Virgo, this December Gemini full moon, okay, is going to be transiting your 10th house. Now, the 10th house is all about career, reputation, public image, fame, and, you know, social media and things, and how you appear online or how you appear to the public, things like that, okay? Now, full moon's all about culmination, full moon's all about endings, closure, okay, closing cycles. So these 10th house energies and themes may appear in your life directly or indirectly. So just be aware. All right, Spirit, what do we have for Virgo risings for the Gemini December 2021 full moon? Two major arcanas already. Oh. One more card, please, Spirit. Oh my God, three majors. All right, here we go. This is gonna be big, big, big energy, Virgo risings. You guys are literally showing up. You guys are showing up in a really, really huge way. You've stepped into your destiny, and you've sort of like, I don't know if it's happened prior to this or this is happening once this, like after the next 3 or 4 days, but you guys are moving forward in a really, really huge way. You guys are stepping into your destiny. Some of you may be gaining some sort of fame or exposure, positive, obviously, recognition, okay, for your efforts, for your talents, for the things that you have been creating, the things that you have been working towards. This is like, you are the creator of your destiny here, and you've sort of had this mindset subconsciously or consciously, okay? And the sort of things that you've set in motion up until this point have led you here. Okay, so you're moving forward. The Chariot I always see is it's progression and it's success, but it's sustained. Okay, so it's not 5 seconds of fame, it's sustained progression. So it's a really healthy sort of sustained longevity to this, whatever's coming up for you. So yeah, for a lot of you, this is definitely fame. For a lot of you, this is definitely you finally stepping into your destiny. Not that you haven't been already, but it's like you're starting to really see results of like, and you know, to the extent of what your purpose is. You are living your purpose here, all right? Virgo risings, congratulations. This is absolutely wonderful. You guys are going to feel as well more connected and more whole with yourself. Hello, Libra risings. So this is going to be for Libra ascendant signs, Libra risings only. This is going to be your Gemini December 2021 full moon reading. Okay, so Libras, this is going to be transiting, this full moon is going to be transiting your 9th house. And the 9th house themes are all about travel, wisdom, higher education, religion, learning, things like that. So, and it's also philosophy. So a lot of you guys may be experiencing those types of themes coming up to this full moon. The full moon energies are pretty valid 3 days before and 3 days after, okay? So obviously it's tomorrow. When I'm filming this, the full moon is tomorrow, 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And this, you know, these themes, these energies could show up for you in a direct way, or it could also be indirect too. So just be aware. The main thing is just be aware what's coming up for you. All right, Spirit, what do we have for Libra risings for the Gemini December 2021 full moon? Ace of Wands. You guys are sort of seeking new ideas or getting, you know, a new spark of inspiration or passion for something. Wow, you guys are really showing up as passionate. Really showing up. You guys may be fire suns or moons. You guys are getting really creative. You guys are sort of just really standing in the energy of, like, you're really fired up about something. So whether it be like learning philosophy, maybe you've discovered a new sense of philosophy, or maybe you've discovered something that you are feeling really, really in tune and in alignment with. Maybe you guys are going traveling over the holidays, and maybe this is really sparking some sort of joy or passion within you. Maybe you guys are learning about something that brings you a lot of, that you find you're quite passionate about, and maybe you guys are going to be doing some high learning, and you're really excited and you know, lit up about this. Justice. Okay, yeah, this could definitely be something that something that you're learning. Whatever this is, though, it doesn't really matter. Whatever this is karmically yours. This is karmically something that you, like, it was definitely on your path and part of your soul's blueprint, okay? So this is definitely, embrace this. Embrace this, because this is, like, for a high reason here. You're going to be sort of, like, balancing some things out in your life, but also in others. I'm hearing cause and effect. So whatever you do here, whatever you embark on here, it's actually going to make a really big difference to other people as well as your world. And it's also necessary. Okay, this is a really necessary thing. You're going to be feeling quite passionate, quite excited. It's going to be something that's fun to you, something that you're really interested in, and it brings out a new side of you that you maybe haven't sort of really ever known before. But more importantly, yes, this is part of your karma, this is part of your soul's blueprint, but this is something that you are going to be sort of like in charge of, or in head of, like the head of something. Yeah, this could be like maybe studying law, or maybe you're deciding to study law. Libra, the Libra card, how funny. But yeah, this is, regardless, on a smaller scale, this is definitely part of your destiny and part of, you know, you're going to be making a difference in a lot of people's lives just from embarking on this, okay? So this is definitely big energy. This is a big deal, and it's part of your purpose. Hello, Scorpio risings. Okay, so if you are a Scorpio ascendant, Scorpio rising, this is going to be your Gemini December 2021 full moon reading, okay? So Scorpio risings, this is going to be transiting your 8th house. Okay, let me just check that. I feel like I made a mistake somehow. No, that's right. Okay, so this is going to be transiting your 8th house. Okay, so the 8th house themes are intimacy, shared finances, inheritance, taxes, property, assets, and things like that. Okay, so and intimacy not just on a physical level. This is like intimacy in all different shapes and sizes. So you may notice some of those themes play out over the next 6 days. So 3 days before, 3 days after. Okay, whatever comes up is wanting to be closed. It's like a culmination. Okay, full moon's all about closure, culmination, endings, but also like they bring a new beginning as well. So yeah, you may notice it in a direct way or in an indirect way, some of these themes coming up. So just be aware what comes up and just sort of go with whatever comes up and make sure that you're taking appropriate action. All right, Spirit, what do we have for Scorpio risings for this Gemini December 2021 full moon reading, please? 3 cards. Oh, okay, there we go. Beautifully done, Spirit. Okay. So whatever's happening in whatever like situation or area in your life this is playing out, you're getting the opportunity to come to a new sense of intimacy with yourself. I feel like I see here you've been really sort of feeling bored or dissatisfied or even like complacent in your experience, and you've been waiting for something new to come, and here it is. Okay, this is bringing you closer to yourself, really closer to yourself here, in alignment with who you are and who you are becoming and who you are meant to be. Okay, I really feel like this could definitely be intimacy here. Regardless, like honest, okay, at the very least, this is a new opportunity coming forward for you, and this new opportunity or new beginning is bringing a lot of emotional fulfillment. Okay, so whether you're receiving something, you're getting a lot of emotional fulfillment, but it's sort of like this emotional fulfillment you get from this thing is really, really powerful, and it helps bring you to a more fullness with yourself, feeling more whole within yourself. Okay, Scorpio rising. So whether this is talking about intimacy or whether this is just something being given to you or gifted to you, maybe you've inherited a piece of, an item or something from your family, it brings you a sense of wholeness. Okay, because you've been really feeling dissatisfied and complacent and bored and just unhappy with your situation. So whatever it is, okay, it's bringing emotional fulfillment and it's bringing you closer to yourself. Hello, Sagittarius rising. So if you are a Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius ascendant, this is for you. This is going to be your Gemini December 2021 full moon reading, okay? Now, Sagittarius, this is going to be transiting your 7th house, okay? The 7th house themes are all about relationships, all kinds of relationships, marriage, contracts, business partnerships specifically, okay? But it's just partnerships of all kinds, so not just romantic. So keep in mind that may not be something that's coming up for you. All right, so you may notice these themes playing out in your life directly or indirectly. So just be aware of what's going on and just make sure that you're in tune with what's going on for you and how you need to move forward, okay? Full moons are all about culmination, closing cycles, finishing up, learning lessons, things like that, okay? Spirit, what do we have for Sagittarius rising for the Gemini December 2021 full moon? 3 cards, please. Okay, you guys are definitely getting some sort of like realization. You're getting some sort of tower moment. Okay. All right. You guys are having to walk away from something, some sort of relationship, whether it be romantic, platonic, familial, business, doesn't matter. Okay. You're needing to walk away from something that no longer fulfills you, no longer brings you a sense of fulfillment. Okay, but it also no longer serves you. It did at one time, But now where you're moving into next, right, this next phase of your life coming with this full moon, okay, you can't bring these people, places, or things where you're going. So you know that you need to leave it behind. This is your confirmation. There's a lot more joy, a lot more happiness, a lot more satisfaction, a lot more, there's better people in you coming in your life, whether this is a friendship or, you know, there's a sense of joy here. There's a sense of celebration. This is reunions. This is fun with friends and family. So this, you could be like going through this during Christmas time or New Year's or whatever you celebrate. Okay, and it feels really like it's come at the wrong time and it's just ruining all of your holiday spirits, and it's just got you feeling unbalanced, right? Because you're having to go through some sort of ending. But ultimately, I do see you end up like you having a really good time here during over the holidays. So please don't worry about that. Don't worry about leaving or walking away from something and not being able to enjoy your holidays. You definitely will be. This is so necessary. But if you don't choose to walk away, from this thing, person, place, whatever this is, it's going to be different for each of you. The universe will have to come in and do it for you. Okay, it's going to have to come in and rip it apart. Whatever falls away naturally, or whatever you acknowledge has, you know, it's deadwood. Okay, please know that it was never supposed to stay, and it's not supposed to come with you where you're going. Okay, so whatever falls away, let it, because it wasn't stable to begin with, and it was never meant to last this long. Okay, find comfort in knowing that whatever is released, whatever you have to walk away from, or whatever falls away from you is 110% going to be replaced with something better. But you have to want that. You have to allow yourself to want something better. You can still grieve what you've left behind while also acknowledging that what you're moving forward into is going to be a lot better for you and a lot more of a fulfilling experience. Okay? All right, guys, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Please like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and let me know down below if this resonated, or, you know, if these themes have already been coming up for you even. Also, let me know what kinds of videos you would like to see moving forward. And if you guys are interested in booking a private reading with me, you can do so. I've left my Etsy link down in the description box. So go ahead and you can find me there for a personal private reading. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.